and welcome to day 2 of the Riverside Brookfield Summer Shootout. Sunshine and slams on this warm Saturday morning. Gonna reach a high of 94 degrees today. I'm sure the players are happy that they'll be playing in some air-conditioned courts. Coaches and fans and tenants as well, I'm sure they'll be happy. Evanston versus Bennett will be the first game on court 5. Bennett will lead with the starting 5 of Perry Cheney, Colin Stack, Aiden Renneker, number 22, the up-and-coming Ed Stasis, and then, of course, their maestro at the guard, number 3, Jaden Wright. Evanston entering today's contest after beating a highly regarded Kankakee team yesterday in one of their 2 matches. Correction, they actually came up short to Kankakee by 3. And then just eviscerated Hinsdale Central at 1:50 p.m. later that day by 30 points. Starting 5 for Evanston, Dion Lane Jr., the exciting prospect of the 2027 class, Ben Ojala, number 21, Jaden Jean Paul, also in the fold for the Wildcats is number 12, Vito Roca. And rounding out the starting 5 and completing their backcourt is number 3, Tristan Wilcox. Welcome back to day 2 of the summer shootout at Riverside Brookfield. Over 100 college coaches in attendance from all different divisions. Bennett and Evanston will kick things off this morning. 2 highly touted teams, respectively finishing 1st and 3rd in state last year in the 4A division. 2 powerhouses of programs here. As you can see, that's number 40, Colin Stack, just throwing it down in the warm-ups, committed to Indiana State, alongside Jaden Wright. He'll be operating on the perimeter. A lot of exciting young talent for this Bennett team, and Ed Stasis and Perry Cheney. Aiden Renneker riding out the starting 5, and then on the other side of the floor is the Evanston Wildcats. They went 1-1 yesterday, crushing Hinsdale Central 65-35, but then losing in a nail-biter to Kankakee by a margin of 3. They're led by Ben Ojala and Vito Roca. Tristan Wilcox, Dion Lane Jr., and number 21, Jaden Jean Paul, complete his starting squad. As for Bennett, they also had success against Hinsdale Central yesterday, winning 63-30. And then a commonality at Evanston, they also played Kankakee, but this time they came out on top, winning 62-55. Going 2-0 into today. Later on, they're slated to face Whitney Young at 9:50 a.m., led by Marquise Clark, one of the premier talents in the class of 2026. As for Evanston, they'll go on later today to play Lamont at 9:50 a.m., led by Gabe Solarski. So much talent in this pool here at the Summer Shootout over these 3 days. Brady Pettigrew on the other floor on court 4. Called up to the National USA camp. One of the most exciting prospects in the class of 27, not only in the state, but in the whole country. This game's set to be underway in a matter of moments. Bentley, who are currently 2-0 entering today, are the reigning 4A state champions. Just beating Warren by 1 in the final on March 15th, and they're led by Jackson Davis, who is regarded as the most promising prospect in the state of Illinois, point blank. En route to a much-deserved state title, they'll actually beat Evanston the day prior, winning 56-47. Evanston would end up winning the 3rd place match. That one against Rich Township. Bentley coached by the ventilator Gene Heidkamp. Doesn't look like he made it out to this morning, but a highly respected coach nonetheless. He's been in the game of IHSA basketball for decades. Finished runner-up a few times and finally was able to capture that elusive state title in mid-March earlier this year. Mike Ellis running the Evanston Wildcats. Another heralded coach in the Chicagoland area. But hoping the momentum of last season's success carries into the 2025-26 season. They lost a couple significant pieces in Daniel Poliakonis, a power forward who ended up graduating and committing to Southern Illinois. Also losing Blake Fagbummy, their trigger man at point guard, who was initially committed Division II to Truman State, but then found a better offer. University of Illinois came calling, and he, of course, answered. He will now be taking his talents to Urbana under head coach Brad Underwood. A pivotal player that ended up winning Finals MVP. His absence will be felt. But Bennett hoping for a burgeoning star. The number 24, Ed Stasis, out on the court right now, taking a few free throw shots for practice. The Red Wings looking on onto court 4. Loyola Academy taking on Bolingbrook. 2 additional powerhouse programs known to produce talents not only on the basketball court but also on the football field at Bolingbrook. Hosting a famous alumni, Jonas Williams, and Loyola Academy, creating a whole legion of talents. It's an NFL breeding house over there in Wilmette. As we get set to get underway here in a few moments, Gina Heidkamp has arrived on the scene. And there's Jada Wright knocking down one final triple before heading into the huddle. The 2024-25 season at Heidkamp, not only winning the state championship, also found out he was inducted into the Illinois Boys Basketball Coaches Hall of Fame. A storied 24-25 season for him. As we set to get underway here now, Bennett tipping it away to start. And that's Rediker who pulls out from 3 early. That one won't go. Inbound it to Jaden Wright. Battled up against Ojala. Angle left. Outside of Rediker, inside of Colin Stagg, who can't get it under the basket. Go another way. This will be a crucial year for Ojala. The recruiting window has just opened up for him a few days ago. So he takes a baseline jumper. Can't connect. And Jaden Wright coming up gingerly. Seems to be exhibiting some acute tendonitis on his knee. Wearing a band for support in that region. Coach Heidkamp has to ensure he doesn't exert himself too much. He doesn't want to be losing his star guard early on before the season begins. Right, carry it up. Loses the handle, but gets it back. Out to Cheney. Inside on the left to Stasis. Digging in on Gene Powell. He'll use his body to try to get it over the stack, but it's Vito Roca that comes away with it, and it's outside of Wilcox. Pulls up for the triple from the corner. Too much on that one. Back the other way with Wright. Rediker moves it to Wright. Looking for outlet pass, but taking it for himself. And splashes home the 3. First score of the game. Courtesy of the Bennett Red Wings. Emerson now. Vito Roca driving in. Ojala outside. Cuts it back to Roca. Steps through Stasis and pulls up for the mid-range. Well done by Roca there. Getting Stasis off his feet. Able to get a few more inches inside for a point up. Icing that one home. Perry Cheney now. Against Deion Lane. He'll drive in and receive the contact. Can't get that one to fall, but he'll go to the line. Nails that one home. Putting Bennett up by 2. Wilcox now. And this Gene Paul setting a screen. Ojala setting some motion, and it's Cheney with the takeaway. He's going down the other way quickly. Lays that one in up and under. Ojala Heavy press instilled by Jaden Wright. Hands it off to Wilcox. Wright is pounding his defender Ojala, not letting him get free. They're going to call a double dribble. Opposing defense set by Bennett. They go quickly on the way. It's Colin Stack with a putback after the miscue by Renneker. Wilcox inside of Roca. Tries to lay down one under. Can't get it to go. Right quickly the other way. Cheney outside. Top of the yard. Renneker. And it's broken up by Roca. Right. Renneker's got the free shot and lets it slip away. Offensive foul. Now going the way of the Wildcats. Wildcats looking for a little bit of revenge here in these early stages after coming up short to Bend Academy in the state semifinals on March 14th. Losing 56-47. They surprised a lot of people winning their New Cheer sectional. Very young, upcoming team that they have. Lost Tatum to Chatham, but besides that, not many new pieces being added to this roster. Barry Cheney spinning around. It stays in the corner. He'll go stop and go. Colin Stack. Jaden Wright. Sliding in left. Broken up by Roca. And Ethan McDermott checks into the game in place of Aiden Renneker. Grant Bergman also takes the 4. Perry Cheney coming out. Ojala. There's it to Wilcox. Going left. Floats one up. Stack is there with the rebound. It's going to be hard to get anything past him for boards. McDermott taking a little Euro step. Can't get it to finish. And that's Stasis unable to convert as well. Edmondson slowing it down in the transition. Roca trying to get inside the baseline. Outside of Dion Lane. That one too short. Stasis now quickly in transition. Cannot follow through with the contact, and it's Ojala pushing it the other way. Up to Roca. Joey goes that one in. Nine to 4 for Bennett. Emerson getting their first back after falling into a bit of a rut. Wilcox reaching in. McDermott still with it. Outside of Bangman. Right. Pulls one from deep. Far east of the mark. He lost one up to Stasis. Trying to get it down low. And on the second attempt, gets it over Gene Paul. 11-4 now for the Red Wings. They've built an early lead here. A nice cushion. 20-minute halves with the running clock. Jan and Gene Paul coming inside. And Ethan McDermott draws a charge. And those are the kind of hustle plays that not only Coach Gene Heidkamp loves to see, but also the college coaches in attendance here. Showing that he's a team player, ready to absorb that contact there. Going the other way now. Wilcox in command. Ojala getting free. Catch and shoot 3. Gonna call a foul. Ojala getting a little feisty in the build-up. The 21, Tyler Sepulka into the game now. Bennett demonstrating their depth right off the bat here. A lot of players in early. Emerson kind of sticking with their same starting five. Ricochets around before Stack is able to tip it in. There it goes quickly the other way now. Zion Lay in the corner. Off the iron. Wilcox fouled in the commotion. He'll shoot one. And buries home the free throw. Making the score 13-6. Still with the Red Wings on top. There's Bergman getting free. Ryan Walsh rocking the red specs. Saboka around the horn now to Bergman on the right wing. And Bergman uses his frequent flyer miles. And they'll go their way now for the Evanston Wildcats. Ben Ojala, who's been given the nickname Ben O'Jelly. That's how clean he is in the interior. High kick, Thomas first put a hand up. That one rattles out for newly subbed in number 11, Dylan Pompey. That Dermott getting downhill beats an avalanche of bodies. Roca sets his pick. Poppy now looking to create. Back to Roca. Roca spinning inside, pirouettes. Out to Ojala. Skip past to Roca. He gets his pocket picked. McDermott now. And Ojala's able to wrestle it away. Jump ball going the way of the Red Wings. A full half of action already elapsed on the other side of the floor. Bolingbrook leading 18-15 at the break. Just under 10 minutes to go here in this first half of action. Ryan Walsh now. Directing his offense at point guard. Tyler Saboka being hounded by Tristan Wilcox. Back out to Ryan Walsh. Constack. Outmatching Vito Roca in height. Bergman controlling the tempo. McDermott floats up at mid-range. Gets that one to go. Bennett building a cushion early here, up by 9. Screen set for Ojala, hoists one up. And Money cashes that one in from distance. Ethan McDermott. One-on-one with Wilcox. Hanging left. Inside of Constack. Future Sycamore looking to create. Out to Bergman. Driving inside. He'll shoot one from downtown. Cashes that one in. Bennett back to a 9-point lead. And that was Wilcox who unloads at the basket. Walsh going the other way. McDermott spinning. That will go out of play. Quadruple change here for Bennett Red Wings. We see Anna Redeker, Perry Cheney, Jaden Wright, and Ed Stinks is coming back on. Looks like Glenn Begley getting ready to check in. As Vito Roca was able to drive in and tuck one in. Jaden right. Out to McDermott. Perry Cheney. That's Reneker with the miss. And now we see a new change for Bennett. McDermott coming off after the misfire. In fact, Bennett taking his place. He'll be on Dylan Pompey. Some Wilcox surveying the floor. Finds Ojala on the left wing. Breaks the shot, and it's right getting through. He'll shoot one for three. That one rolls out. It's going to stay behind the basket with Bennett. Coming up on 6 minutes remaining. Jaden Wright. Fouled on the drive. Bennett moving at a quick pace that Evanston can't do much about at the moment. Jaden Wright. Drills home the free throw. Extending to a 7-point lead now for Bennett. It's been a low-scoring game, something that we've expected. Only a 56-47 match result in the last outing between these two on March 14th. Cheney with a left hand low. Both sides, no more for their defensive stoutness. Outside of Pompey, corner three, and connects, ripping the ropes on that attempt, bringing the game closer now. Evanston trailing by 6. Fagdemi at the key. Miscommunication there with Reneker, and that goes out of play. Fagdemi's going to want that one back like a 2 a.m. text. Wilcox at the helm. Ojala stepping back. We'll stop and go. Trying to maneuver in left. Look with hesitation on Stasis. Stasis, premier defender for Bennett. How to get past him. So they hand it to Wilcox, who's able to tuck that one in with the glass. Stack at the scorer's table. There's Light hoisting one up. And it's going to be Stasis with a smooth finish down low. It's Wilcox trying to surge through the lane. Can't finish on the other end. Cross court now to Stasis, who gives Gibson go with Fagdemi. Can't put that one through. It's going to be a foul. Stasis pulls it and hits. Wilcox at the controls for Evanston. Ojala. Evanston's lethal wing gets fouled as he tries to penetrate through Cheney and Stack. It'll be number 5, Tate Schroeder on the inbound. Wilcox taking time. Ojala using that burst speed to get free. Trying to go left on Cheney. It's Wilcox spinning around. Stack's able to chip it away. Deion Lane gets to the floor, but falls out of bounds, and it's going to go back with Bennett. Right, once again. This is the club out for Illinois Wolves. Whoa, and gets the beautiful handwork to lay it in over. Moving into the game, that's number 5, Chase Schroeder. Chase Schroeder now with the ball. The score 28-18. With a minute 30 remaining. Very Cheney. Finds it right on the left. Across to Bergman. Start playing it off the stages. And back to right. Right, getting free of. That's number 1. Miles Ross into the game. He lays it in over the undersized guard. Lane Jr. trying to get free. Schroeder out to Rocco. Horse, what up? Bounces away. Right collects. Back to Cheney. Bullying up against Pompey and draws the foul. Battling it on the inside, showing his physicality. 30 seconds remaining. Bennett leading by 12. They've accumulated their largest point of the lead of the game. Shader right now, inside on the right. Gets it off the glass for another tough finish. Down the other end. Too much on the pass. It's back with Bennett. 15 seconds remaining. Time for one more possession. Right able to cross to the left. Stack. Unloads on a 3. Wide off the mark. Bergman back outside. Back to 3 for Cheney. Not in time as that one is too strong as Bennett goes into the break. Leading 32-18 in this first half of action on this Saturday morning. Back with more second half action. Bennett leading 39-22. Have amassed a 17-point lead on the Evanston Wildcats. And now it's Deion Lane trying to go under. But draws the travel in the process. And now we have two new players coming into the game, and Aiden Reneker and Ryan Walsh in place of Perry Cheney and Ethan McDermott. Driving down the other end now, it's Ed Stasis. Ojalo, alone's on a three, clatters away. Roca able to pick up the rebound. Wilcox will try again. That one bounces away. Back to Roca. Ojala tries to get inside of Roca, but Estasis who comes up and skips it over, and right who finishes down beneath the rim. It's back with Ojala, who wheels it outside to Tristan Wilcox, who bangs home a three there. It's 41-25 to score. As a timeout is called. Evanston trying to inch back into this game, but Bennett seemingly pulling away. Moreland head coach Gene Heidkamp for the Bennett Red Wings. He has a long tenure with the school he currently resides at, coaching since 2008. He brings his 20th season as a head coach and 32nd in high school boys basketball. He first had his coaching opportunity at Nazareth Academy for 3 seasons, starting in 2002. A veteran and experienced coach that a lot of these players look up to as a mentor and a role model. A well-deserved title for a well-accomplished program. Back into more game action now. Stasis down court to Stack. Serves it back out to right. Back inside with Stack now. Spinning on his pivot. Redeker gets it knocked away, and it's down the other way for Wilcox. Will get the finish over right. Jumping over. Jada Wright surveying the floor. Marked by 2 defenders, and it's Dion Lane who tips it away. Last off the hand of Redeker. Bossing one over to Lane Jr., who can't get that one to fall. But it's Roca down low. Can't get it off the glass. Stack hacking away at Roca during the shot. He'll go to the line. Rotation we've seen all too many times. Bergman, Cheney, and McDermott now on. Walsh, Redeker, and Ed Stasis leaving the game. Ed Stasis noted as one to watch in this third minute, class of 2027 prospect. Playing his junior season. Bergman now catching it on the jump. Kick ball out for Roca. Bergman spinning it to Sabolka over to Cheney. Steps in, tries to lay it in with the right. Can't get that one to fall, and it's Roca quickly the other way. He's knocking a backdoor pass out to Pompey, but it's broken up by Perry Cheney, who's quick to recover down on the other end of the floor. Tristan Newton. Out to Ojala. Kaboom! Holds that one. Tyler Saboka. Out to Jaden Wright on the left. All right, looking for options. Stack, lingering underneath the rim. And Wright connects from distance. extending Bennett's lead to 14, up to 44 to 30. Almost midway through the action here in the second half. Kristen Wilcox, stop and go. Out to that's number 5, Tate Schroeder. Not enough. Right, crossing up Ojala, penetrating left. Fouled. Fouled by Ojala on the drive. They go to the line. Earning a trip for the 4th time today. Automatic from that range. There's Pompey. Inside. Dispossessed by Stack, and Smoker tips it away to right now. Take that other end. Surging right. Backdoor Bergman. Recycles with Percini. He gives it to Sapolka, and he splashes down that 3. Swishing it home. First points of the day for Sapolka. And extend better to a 19-point lead on the day. Ojala uncorking and popping that bottle. 49-33 now, and it's cross court to Cheney, who's able to connect with it. He'll try to go open under the basket on the reverse, but he can't finish, and it's Roca who comes away with the rebound. So it's Ojala now. Schroeder gives it to Roca. Back to Schroeder. Hesitating, stepping left. Ojala trying to get it through. Roca with space and gets it under the basket. Great 1-2 play there from Roca and Ojala. Evanston's 2 established stars. Lofts it up to Sapolka, gets through. Bergman now with space, coming inside. Through the legs of Stack. Stack telling Bergman he can't catch it when it goes that low. He's 7 foot. He's known for catching it above the head, not below. Ojala. Looking right. Dylan Pompey now, stop and go. Trying to get the mid-range, and it's fouled on the come-up. Permanent Sapolka out. McDermott and Stasis back in. Back to a single-digit lead for Bennett. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left. McDermott to Stasis, hesitating, giving it to McDermott, who lays it in. Ojala able to knock down that fadeaway jumper, but called for foul. Evanston will inbound. Laying out to Ojala, catch and shoot 3. Another foul called. Violation on Bennett. Lane's inbound it once again. Ojala loses the dribble. Clock will keep on running. Approaching 6 minutes remaining in the game. Evanston going to need a barrage of scores here to knock this one even. Wilcox now in for Dylan Pompey. Going to create some magic on the perimeter, so it's out to Tate Schroeder. Ojala, who's been their leading bucket getter all game, we're going to get free of Jen Wright. Roca trying to find Ojala, but can't get free. But now he is. He pulls that one wide. McDermott to Wright. Carrying the leather down the court. It's McDermott once again. Stace is out wide. Hounded by his young man, trying to get downhill on the baseline. And Stack fumbles the catch. Wilcox spinning and falling. He goes to ground. Jaden Wright committing the crime, and Wilcox will go to the line. Trying to bring this one closer. Wilcox buries that free throw. And on the other end is Ethan McDermott with pace. Taken away, dislodged by Stasis. Stasis trying to check the contact, can't get it. And McDermott tips it out of play. Wilcox surging downhill. Outside to Schroeder. Back door to Roca. Gotta go the other way. Miscue from Roca. Trying to get it out to Ojala. Not what the Wildcats needed with 3 minutes, 30 seconds left. Trying to come back from down 11. The corner three. Stack with the rebound. Wilcox carrying it down. Outside of Deion Lane, who pulls and hits. Cutting into an 8-point deficit now for the Wildcats. They're applying the pressure, but they get it through. And Bennett with the easy finish down low with Perry Cheney. Roca, step back three. That one looks good, and it is. Drawing this game ever closer, only down by 4 now. Right, the double coverage. Over to McDermott, who's looking for Stack in transition on the alley-oop. But he fell down and lost the handle. Score correction as it is now 55-48. Evanston trailing by 3 scores. Wilcox setting things in motion. He's able to free himself left. Schroeder back out to Roca, who lets one fly, and that one's going to bounce out. Stack trying to get that over Roca. Falls just short of the mark. Jaden Wright. In no hurry. Takes it all the way down the other end. Now he's back on the Bennett side of the floor. Looking for help is Cheney. Right by two defenders, but gets it off to Wright, who keeps it in bounds. Stasis able to drive towards the baseline. They were just scooping in there from point blank range. Ojala goes quickly the other way, and it's broken away by Cheney. Finding Wright in transition. Up to Stack, who throws it home. And that's the icing on the cake for Bennett, who puts it out of reach at this point for the Wildcats. Now just looking for a consolation prize. Cheney to McDermott. Leading 59-48. An insurmountable 11-point lead as we're going to end this one off with 30 seconds to chew. Finishing it at 59-48. Red Wings, 3-0 on the weekend. They'll play one final game coming up at 9:50 a.m. versus Whitney Young. How you doing? Good, how are you? It's going well. Busy, but I'm liking it, so keep me sharp, that's all. How are you, good? Nice, yeah. I bet you're, a lot of work you're doing, right?
Yeah, Jasmine and I split it up, though, so it's not like super long days, which is nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It's a great tournament. There's just a lot of players, a lot of teams.
A lot of kids.
Yeah.
Hey, congrats on your scholarship.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, I am pretty excited.
Are you going to
Look forward to
play
it.
club soccer?
I think I might try to, yeah.
Yeah.
They have a pretty good club team. And yeah, I would definitely want to keep doing that. So I'm still playing like in a summer league with like some of the high school guys, so it's having a lot of fun with that. So it's good. Thank you. Good seeing you. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. And welcome back to the second game of the day. Rock Island taking on Riverside Brookfield. Both teams 1-1 coming into today's matchup. Riverside Brookfield, of course, the hosting team of this tournament. Outside to the corner for Colin Semino. Top of the key with Liam Enright. Cam Mercer. RB Sugarman, that one not enough on that to start. And it's number 0, Messiah Williams. Carrying it down now for Rock Island, who've had to travel quite the distance to play this weekend. Hailing from Southern Illinois. Getting underneath the basket, that's number 3, Lawson Zulu. Outside, it's Williams once again who can't connect on the 3, and it's Ben Biskupic, a varsity mainstay for this Riverside Brookfield team over the last couple of years. Semino spins it out to Enright, who's going for 3 and knocks that one down. First score of the game, courtesy of the Bulldogs. Number 4, Devin Marshall trying to get downhill. Back out to Williams. Being defended tightly by Cam Mercer. Given to 13, Jeremiah Jamison. Enright. Catalyst right now for RB's offense. Biskupic fouled on the come up. He'll go to the line. Five 0 for the Bulldogs. Zulu, labeled as one of the players to watch for this Rock Island squad heading into the tournament. It's number 5, Aris Morgan with the bucket. Enright. Spinning right, trying to get down. Scopes one up and hits it in off the bank. Over the monstrous 6'7" Morgan. Number 0, Messiah Williams. Jamison. Over to Marshall. Spinning, finding Williams back outside. Mercer tied on him. Inside now to Morgan trying to create. And Mercer's able to pull it away for a jump ball. Cam Mercer, a 2026 recruit out of Riverside Brookfield. Been playing varsity since his sophomore year. Being monitored by a few college coaches, and he gets that one in for the lay. Putting Riverside Brookfield up early, a 9-2 lead for this home squad. Riverside Brookfield with a unimpressive playoff campaign run last season. Unfortunately getting knocked out in the first round to underdogs Oak Lawn. Finishing the season 21-10 overall and missing out on a conference championship after falling short to Glenbard East one time, leaving them with an 11-1 conference record and finishing second place in the Upstate 8 East in their inaugural season in this new conference. On the other side, Rock Island. Ended last season with a 28-6 record, also finishing second in the Western Big Six, boasting a 12-2 record. Nothing to be ashamed of. Williams, a step back jumper off the mark, and it's Mercer trying to finesse that one. Loses the handle, but Semino there to pick that one up. Enright in the corner for Van Tholen, who pulls one and knocks it down from the corner, sending RB up by 10 in these early stages. Pulling one there is Lawson Zulu. Van Tholen quick on the transition. Knocks the one down as RB rallying here early, up by 12. Van Tholen carrying it down the court. Poked away by Zulu. Semino in the corner, under duress. Semino trying to take it for himself. And Mercer there with the finish. 16-2 Bulldogs. Morgan on the inside. Not enough. And Riverside Brookfield have been pushing the pace early here. Van Tholen trying to get a bucket from deep. And he rips the ropes on that one, extending it to a 17-point lead early here for the Bulldogs. And that's Demasai Williams drawing the foul on Mercer. Stepping in now, number 20, Kevin Mitchell, and number 33, Josh Jones for the Rocks, who finished yesterday 1-1, losing in the tight-knit affair to St. Ignatius by 3, but then overcoming Waubonsee Valley by 4, a team that almost had a perfect season last year, led by Tyree Coleman and Moses Wilson. Devin Marshall trying to get downhill at the baseline. Biskupic swarming him, but it's outside of Josh Jones, who ripples home that 3 to make this game just marginally closer. Enright out on the wing. Skip pass to Van Tholen. Catch and shoot Mercer. Rims out. Josh Jones pitches it to Demasai Williams, who's looking to create. Stop and go. Out to Marshall, corner 3. And got it. 19-8 now. 6 points unanswered for the Rocks. Starting to creep back into this game. Van Tholen down low. Out of play, no go by way of the Rocks. Demasai Williams handling it. Out to Marshall on the wing. Jones now rotating it around. And gets it, getting inside is Williams. And that one just bounces out. But he'll get it again on the and one there. able to spin around and tuck that one in over Cam Mercer. Mercer has been a very efficient scorer, both at the club and high school level for Team Breakaway and Riverside Brookfield these past few seasons. There's been rumors of possible transfers in the air, but he's decided to stay loyal to the team he started his career with in high school. Van Tholen there, team's leading scorer early in the game, getting another layup there for the easy bucket. Down low for Marshall, can't get it to go, but it's Josh Jones who follows up. Williams. An omission from the squad Rock Island have sent into the weekend is Arthur Abbey. Arguably Rock Island's most talented guard, so definitely a presence they wish they had on their backcourt. And it is certainly sending ripple effects throughout this team as they're trailing by 8 early into this game, almost midway through the first half. Mercer will inbound. That's Van Tholen. Cimino pulls the three from the corner, just off the iron. Javen Gonzalez now checks into the game. Finding Van Tholen back out, top of the key. Catch and shoot from Mercer, and he switches home. 24-13. Marshall able to handle it. And he'll swerve past Walker Burns, another player who spent his junior season with the varsity team for Riverside Brookfield. His defensive acumen not as well known as his wing shooting. And Cimino fouled on the come up. Buries the free throw, extending it to an 11-point lead for Riverside Brookfield. And that was Mitchell with the handoff and Verser with the violation. Inbounding it now is Devin Marshall. Williams collects. An incoming junior, staying at 6'1", hands it off to the much taller Eris Morgan, a 6'7" forward. Marshall. Around the horn to Zulu, and feeding inside to Morgan is Josh Jones, and Morgan converts. 26-17 now. Burns with some space, looking to engineer, getting down the lane. And he's hacked away at by Eris Morgan. He'll go to the line. Rock Island with some impressive wins on their schedule from last year, overcoming Diet early on in November. Went on to become 2A state champions. Also defeating Moline and Normal Community, two powerhouses in the southern region of Illinois. Getting to the hole there was Demasiah Williams, who was fouled on the way through. Another impressive win came January 20th for the squad. Inching past Manual 73-69, led by one of the most promising prospects in the state at the time for the class of 2025, Dietrich Richardson. Mercer with it at the top of the key. Zulu tied against him. Step back, fade away. That's going to be down the other end quickly for Rock Island. Unable to put it through. And right over to Mercer, who hoists one up. Just short of the rim. Mercer will get with the rebound, trying to go up. And he's looking for the foul, and he won't get it. Devin Marshall at the controls. And baseline jumper is good over Ben Biskupic. And right now, they call him the bucket coach. Here's Ben Biskupic. Loses the handle, wheels it inside. Enright, who's able to finish with the left-hand lay over Lawson Zulu. Messiah Williams hesitates on the pass. Josh Jones feeds it into Marshall, who gets the and one. Excellent temperance shown by Josh Jones to wait. And Cam Mercer falls for the bait. Skupic inbounding it to Enright, who will carry it up as guard. Spinning it to the wing is Mercer to Burns. Back to Mercer, who'll unload and miss off the attachment. Messiah Williams filling up against Burns, and he'll lay that in with the right hand. Cutting it to only a 2-point lead now for Riverside Brookfield. Rock Island have gone on a run. Cut this one close. Ryan Gruber forced to take a timeout. Coming up on less than 5 remaining here. Almost in the first half of action. Cam Mercer, Riverside Brookfield's second leading scorer of the 2024-25 campaign under Danny Loftus, who is departing for University of Iowa. He will join the varsity squad as a walk-on recruit, hoping to make his way up the ranks under new head coach Ben McCollum. That team slated for great things in the Big Ten, with highly touted transfer Bennett Sturts hailing from Drake. Ben McCollum bringing practically his whole team with him to Iowa City. And there's Mercer with the step back. No good. Marshall quickly down on the other end. And he makes a show of that, but he'll draw the foul and he'll earn a trip to the line. Lawson Zulu to inbound it instead. Lofting it all the way to the top of the key. Messiah Williams looking to pull one, and he will. And he switches home the 3. And Rock Island now lead for the first time in this game. Enright hoisting a 3 himself. Biskupic there with the follow-up. On the third attempt is Mercer, but it's not going to count. Biskupic will instead shoot 1, hoping to even the score. Marshall down low. Morgan collects and converts. Noah Van Tholen back onto the court. Very shifty guard, Mercer. Out to Semino, who's going to pull this one from the top of the key and hit it. Tied at 33 apiece. Morgan now outside of Zulu. Rotating it around. Back with Marshall. who come inside. And that'll be too much off the glass. Riverside Brookfield will get this ball. Number 13, Jeremiah Jamison checking back into the game in the place of Zulu. Semino with it. Outside of Mercer. He'll uncork one and pop that bottle. That's Mercer with another three. 36-33 in favor of the home team here at Riverside Brookfield. Deep inside Williams. Out to Josh Jones, who rotates it over to Marshall. Morgan on the perimeter. Williams being shadowed by Mercer. He'll hoist one with a hand in his face and connect. Tying the game once again at 36 apiece. Liam Semino. Semino for her triple in that one. Wide off the mark. Back with Rock Island. Looking to capitalize. Josh Jones inside feeding into Morgan. And that one just rolls off the rim. Semino there with the rebound. Inside of Semino on the transition. Shovels it over to Mercer, who's able to tuck that one in using the fiberglass. Messiah Williams being mirrored by Mercer. Coming inside, dagging downhill. Too short. And right now, no looker to Ben Biskupic, who can't convert. Enright showing off a little bit of flair there. Doesn't end up in a bucket. Riverside Brookfield leading by 2. Less than 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Ben Biskupic able to get it over Jeremiah Jamison. 4-point lead now for Riverside Brookfield. Deep inside Williams. Crossing up Mercer. Top of the key. Round the horn to Marshall. Outside once again. Williams, the catalyst for this offense. Inside of Josh Jones. Trying to serve it out, but Noah Van Tholen on the interception. He'll heave it cross court down to Biskupic, but it's too much on the pass. It'll be Rock Island with the inbound. That's number 1, who's not listed on their roster. Unable to come through with the left hand, now go out of bounds. And muscling up against Mercer there. He makes a show of it. That's Messiah Williams. He's going to penetrate left, try to get it in with the lay, leaving it short. Nice maneuver there by Williams to cross up Mercer. Sliding in left. Slithering in into a hole, but just can't get the finish. And Enright loses the handle, and Rock Island are quick on the transition. Marshall can't come away with the pass. Here's Riverside Brookfield working overtime. Ben Biskupic over the hands of Kevin Mitchell. 30 seconds remaining. Rock Island looking for a score. Williams heaves one up. Not a chance as Riverside Brookfield enter the break. Up by 4, 42-38. And it's going to be a lead that Coach Mike Reingruber isn't going to be that satisfied with, knowing that they were up by as much as 17 in the opening minutes of the game. On the other end of the floor, head coach Mark Polite trying to galvanize his short-handed squad. Both teams somewhat lacking in numbers, unable to field a full roster. Riverside Brookfield coming up 3 players short. Meanwhile, Rock Island missing 4. We'll be back in a few moments.
That's not me. My high school kids is broadcasting. I wish I'd have that chair. Yeah, right. Hope you don't mind me standing here.
No, you're all right. No, I understand completely. How are Luke and Darren Ribbon doing? Ribbon brothers, yeah? I'm family friends with them.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Darren had unbelievable careers
Did,
for
yeah.
us, and then we're excited for Luke to be there. So it's cool.
We got a few Riverside Brookfield national baseball players. Baseball players, yeah. Cooper Mars and Ethan Smith. Also, tennis program. So.
We're interested in Colin.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's a great player, great wing shooter. He's great in the regular season this year. So he's a great player.
What's your name? I'll tell him. Darren Luke.
Liam Hickey.
Liam Nicky?
Hickey.
Hickey.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for sure. And we're back with more second half action. Rock Island narrowing it to a 1-point deficit. Veskupic turning, finding Van Tholen on the wing, and splashes that one down for a triple. Up by 4. Outside of Zulu, Semino trying to break it up. It's Morgan down low, and he'll get the finish using the glass. Riverside Brookfield coming into this weekend matchup on Saturday, 1-1, falling short to Thornwood in their opening match, and then coming out on top against the Fenwick Friars later on in the day on Friday. Slated to play St. Ignatius at 10:45 a.m. for their final game of the weekend. Down the court now for Morgan. With the man on him, will draw the foul, and he'll head to the line. Morgan to shoot one. And it's Mercer on the other end now. Wheeling inside. Gets it around. Outside of Gonzalez, who fumbles the catch. Still comes away with it. Biskupic, top of the key. Feeds it in, baseline to Mercer, who's able to come up with it under. Devin Marshall. Driving inside, out to Zulu. Hoists up a three and cashes it in. Spearheading Rock Island's second lead of the game of 53-52. Gonzalez now, out to Semino. Mercer dealing with it on the edge. Gets it stripped away by Jamison, going the other way down quickly. And he'll get it over the outstretched hand of Mercer. Semino to inbound. Finds Gonzalez. Noah Van Dolen pushing the pace quickly. He'll spin through two defenders, but get jammed underneath the rim by Morgan for a foul. Walker Burns at the scores table, ready to check in. Will take the place of a fatigued Ben Biskupic. It's becoming a war of attrition for the players this weekend, having to play 4 games in a short span of time. Van Tholen nails the free throw there. And there's Demasai Williams lingering down low. No one saw him at first. Marshall unable to connect. He'll take it for himself down low. And he'll just throw that one out of bounds. It'll be a defensive foul though as Rock Island set to inbound it underneath the RB rim. Checking back in is Josh Jones. 6'3" forward for the Rock Island Rocks. Ready for his senior season. Hoping to make a splash in the Big 12 Conference. And there's Jamison hoisting a three and hitting. It's now a 4-point lead for Rock Island, and Marshall collects off of a turnover. And that was Demasai Williams trying to get an extra bucket there. Just off the iron. Mercer now wrestling with that ball, and it's going to be jump ball by way of Riverside Brookfield. Semino digging in, can't get that one to fall. Gonzalez there at the rebound. Breaking it up is Lawson Zulu, taking it down the other end. And he's unable to be there on the layup, but you know who is? It's Demasai Williams. There again for an easy two. Gonzalez now, a transfer from Fenton High School, spent his junior season with the junior varsity team, and there's Mercer there unable to connect on the step back J. Jeremiah Jamison rotates it to Williams. Inside to Jones, pocket pass to Jamison, dispossessed. Semino on the other end, he'll go for the jam, and he'll get fouled on the way up. Almost there for the flush. Semino, a domineering wing shooter for Riverside Brookfield. their marksman last year from range. And he rattles that one home. Cutting it to only a 3-point deficit now for Riverside Brookfield. And that one's going to swirl the rim. Anthony Tyler now checks into the game. Cross court to Burns, who's able to get it under in transition. 59-60 now. Demasai Williams taking his time on the corner. Kevin Mitchell loses the handle, gets it back to Marshall down low, who takes it up and under. Enright thought about it. Goes with Gonzalez. Semino, stop and go. Loses the handle to Jamison, who's driving down low. And he's going to be fouled. That's Marshall. And that was Anthony Tyler, the perpetrator. Marshall to shoot one. Rock Island leading by 4, hoping to extend it to 5. Slated to play DePaul College Prep later this morning at 10:45. A daunting task for this young Rock Island team, with a few sophomores on this roster. They are not lacking an underclassman, to say the least. Crossing up Enright there at the nice shifty move. And a no-looker feed to Gonzalez, and that's the play of the game. Gonzalez there at the easy lay. Enright there with some finesse. Hopefully a bit of a resurgence we're seeing from this Riverside Brookfield squad at home. Josh Jones digging through a few defenders and scoring a tough bucket underneath the rim. Enright carrying it the other way. It's Burns now trying to penetrate. Colin Semino on the wing. Can't get that one to fall. Tyler with the rebound. Burns looking, going, and finishing. And one. 5 straight for Riverside Brookfield. We'll see Cam Mercer and Ben Biskupic come onto the court in place of Semino and Gonzalez. Here, a few feet away, Coach Gene Heitkamp of Bennett watching on. Just recently inducted into the Coach Basketball Hall of Fame for Illinois. Carried his team to a 4A state title last year. And that was Kevin Mitchell with a tough finish underneath. Liam Enright carrying it out now. Mercer with the catch and shoot. Rattles that one in. It's a close game now, and Tyler's able to wrestle it away. And it's Burns with space on the transition. Unable for that one to fall. Josh Jones collects. Surveying is Williams, who takes it for himself. Out to Josh Jones, who tries to float that one in. And it swirls the rim. 68-66 Rock Island. Mercer getting downhill. And it's broken up. And it'll go the other way for the Rocks. Seven minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the second half. Kankakee versus Bolingbrook. Next up in what should be a thriller. Bolingbrook playing their final game of the weekend. Recently just beating Loyola Academy, a very talented squad with a star-studded backcourt. Beating Lamont in their second game on Friday. And then finally losing to Whitney Young in their inaugural game. Hoping to go 3-1 on the weekend. Kankakee with a pair of stars in E.J. Hazlett and Lincoln Williams. A blockbuster game to come. following the conclusion of this. But right now, Tyler steals the show, icing that one home for his first score of the game. Cut down to a 1-point deficit now for the Bulldogs. And there's Demasai Williams at the trigger. Marshall trying to take it underneath, attacking the baseline. But there's Enright, and there's Mercer with the steal, trying to get downhill. And he'll get the finish to put RB back on top for the first time in the last 10 minutes. Williams setting things in motion. And that was Josh Jones trying to set a screen. Morgan pitching it to Jones. Dishes it back to Williams. Pick and roll set. Stop and go as he stumbles. And draws the foul. Mercer, a very talented player, but a big problem with this game last year was that he constantly was getting into foul trouble. This cost them in a few key games, including their playoff opener against Oak Lawn, in which he fouled out early. You can see here, both sides looking very fatigued. It's a war of attrition. Cannot be overstated the importance of conditioning this weekend, as we're in the heat of summer right now. Most players not touching the ball in a while. And there's Mercer trying to pull one. It's going to bounce away. Biskupic there with the rebound to collect. It's an avalanche of bodies down low. Mercer heaves one up, and that's way off the mark. It's back with Rock Island quickly. I was going to fall out of bounds. Brookfield will set it back in play, up one. A tight game on both floors right now on main gym, court 4. It is St. Lawrence taking on Team Rich Township, and it is a 48-47 game in that one. David Marshall trying to get down low. Williams pulls one in from the corner and lasers that one in, taking back the lead for Rock Island. Instead, actually pulling it even. 73 apiece. Right. Looking for bodies. Pitching it to Van Tholen at the top. Recycled with Mercer. Gets that one off to Van Tholen. Back to Mercer down low. Hits the rim but gets the foul. And Mercer will earn a trip to the line. Looking to pull Riverside Brookfield ahead once again. Mercer, 6'2" guard, playing club hoops with Team Breakaway. On the same team as Bolingbrook's TJ Williams, a new transfer, taking the place of Davion Thompson on the floor for that squad hailing from Bolingbrook, Illinois. Getting to the right, and Euro stepping is Williams, but he can't come down with the finish. It's Mercer in transition to Semino. Van Tholen pulling a three, that's not enough on that. Can't even hit rim. Marshall with the lay on the transition. Pulling this game even once again. Back and forth action on this Saturday morning. Van Tholen with the handles at the top. Angling right. And tried pushing it over to Enright on the other side, but gets fouled while doing so. He's also going to earn another trip to the line. Enright trying to go over the hands. That wasn't Enright, but this one it is. And this one, he switches home, putting RB up by 3, a crucial bucket in these late stages. out to Jones. Being shadowed by Semino, so it's back with Zulu, who's going to find a space on the right. And he'll absorb the contact for a foul. Zulu to shoot 2. Biskupic getting unaccustomed to a second shot. Now what they've been used to playing with this weekend. But there is Biskupic to collect, and he'll take it down the court to Semino, who's going to go over and get it in. Over the undersized Jeremiah Jamison to extend their lead to 5. A 2-score game now for Riverside Brookfield, building them somewhat of a cushion with less than 2 minutes remaining. But here, looking at bring things closer is Lawson Zulu, but he's unable to. Out to Mercer. Enright on the wing. Maneuvering right. Finding Biskupic on the left, it's broken up. Mercer collects. Vantola now driving in. Tries to get it up and under, and he does on the reverse. Riverside Brookfield now building in some insurance. Less than a minute left. 82-75. The Bulldogs lead. It's going to go out on Van Tholen. It will stay with Rock Island underneath Riverside Brookfield's rim. Outside of Williams. Gets right of Mercer. Another foul as he drives through. Cashes that first one in. 45 seconds remaining as Kankakee looks on. And he buries both. 82-77 now. RB still leading by 5. Foul committed by Devin Marshall. Another foul here as Rock Island wants to test Riverside Brookfield at the line and waste time. Scooping now to Mercer. That's broken up. And they're going to call this one on Riverside Brookfield. Pardon me, it's actually on Rock Island. Mercer's able to avoid the contact and jump over his defender. And heaving it downhill is Mercer. Enright stalling with it in the corner. Whistle blown once again. Timeout taken by Mike Reingruber, head coach of Riverside Brookfield. A lot of eyes set to be watching Kankakee versus Bolingbroke taking place in the next few minutes. Bolingbroke fielding an elite prospect in Brady Pettigrew, one of the top recruits in the class of 2028. Not just at the state level, but highly regarded around the country. He actually was invited to the USA basketball camp, but he'll have to get through the formidable duo of E.J. Hazlett and Lincoln Williams on the other end of the floor for Kankakee. Williams, the #1 recruit in the class of 2026 as a senior, and E.J. Hazlett completing a nice supporting cast alongside Kenaz Jackson and Maya Thompson. Semino with it on the edge. Semino currently receiving his first offer a few days ago from Edgewood University. Has plenty of other college coaches monitoring him right now at the tournament. This will be a crucial one for him in his senior season. Looking to play some college hoops. That one rims out. Goes 1 for 2 at the line. And now here's Rock Island on the other end looking to punish. Zulu there with the easy lay. Samito. And right. Clear the tarmac. Nice and easy with the left-hand lay. That'll be the final shot of the game as Riverside Brookfield takes this one 85-79. Capping off the second game of the day on Saturday at the Riverside Brookfield Summer Shootout. Home team winning to go up 2-1 on their weekend. Stay tuned for more coverage of the Riverside Brookfield Summer Shootout coming up.